What's going on YouTube? So we're going to about Jerry Garcia, the leader of the Grateful Dead, who once said that rap music is not music. He said it's talking in meters and rhythms, but that's how he felt. Yeah, you know, old hippie what he would have to say. This was how a lot of cats felt in the late 80s, what have you, that they didn't really believe rap music was real, and they just thought that it was just this and that. It is a difference between playing an instrument and singing in chords and key and everything. And if you were coming along today, you would definitely say that, because rap music that was out back then compared to today, the mess that's out today is just so, where they have auto tune and lip sync rappers and ghosts and all kinds of stuff. It's not the same hit as it once was. It's still operating off the same old sampling. It's operating off the same biting. It's operating off the same prosthetic of riding off R&B and something catchy. But in terms of where they was trying to make a statement, it was more raw for them. Jerry Garcia is saying that, though. Some people might look at the Grateful Dead and I think that's music. I mean, they look at him as some old corny jive turkey who, when he was around, they thought their music was corny. I mean, some did, because I never really, I remember, they had some songs and stuff. I never got the hype behind them, you know. And I'll say this, you don't have to like a genre style, but to say it's not music and not to say something is kind of degrading, if you ask me. Especially for somebody that ain't that distinctive, because I didn't think Jerry Garcia musically was that distinctive, you know. I always thought that, like, that type of the styling that he did was pretty simple pop, folk, rock, some catchy stuff. Now, I did like the Grateful Dead interpretation with Jazz is Dead. I heard that in the late 90s. I like that. That gave us some snap, crackle, and pop. But a lot of stuff that he was putting down, I ain't really feeling it. I didn't really kind of clap to it. So that was kind of like my feeling about it. But, that's just kind of how I looked at it. But anyway, yeah, he out here right now trying to, like, who ride and, say stuff. But, this was an old clip. But there's a lot of that sentiment that's still out there, though. That a lot of people didn't think that it was really music. They didn't really feel that it was sincere, the integrity, that it did endure. Funny how he got us look at it if he was around 40 years later, that it's been his biggest selling form of music along with country. And you could make the case without hip hop, the music industry would pretty much be on life support because it was that integral. Now, do I think that it matters as much as R&B? Do I think it's the same thing? No. And do I find it offensive? Yeah. I find it offensive because a lot of R&B acts that they sampled and took from don't get the half the do they should. And so that's why I have an exception